Hello, and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club Vlogs. Today we are talking about David Starkey's Elizabeth documentary, which was made in 2000. All these episodes, all four of them, are available on YouTube. They used to be available in 4OD as well, but you know, what can you do? This documentary was made in 2000 and consists of 4 episodes. The first episode is called From the Prison to the Palace. The second is called The Virgin Queen. The third is called The Heart of a King, and the fourth episode is called Gloriana. I own the DVD because I like having books. The same reason I don't like using a Kindle. I like to be able to hold things in my hand. All the actors in this documentary look amazing, especially Imogen Slaughter, who plays the young Elizabeth, and Karen Archer, who plays the older Elizabeth. Neither of them are overly glammed up, and when the older Elizabeth wears makeup, it looks very Tudoresque. Looks like what they would actually have. It's not, you know, modern glam. I'll stick in some pictures. Here is a beautiful picture of Imogen Slaughter. Look at her lovely hair. I love the fact they didn't overly use wigs, and the makeup is all very natural, and the costumes, of course, are brilliant. All the costume in David Starkey documentaries are brilliant. Here she is again with Robert Cecil, not Baron Burleigh, the son, and her favourite, Robert Dudley. Or is that the Earl of Essex? I think it's Robert Dudley, though. And there she is, young, beautiful Elizabeth, our Virgin Queen, or Imogen Slaughter. She has also been in Casualty and The Bill and EastEnders and all those kind of, you know, London-based shows. Karen Archer is also brilliant. Karen Archer is also brilliant as Elizabeth, but unfortunately there are no images of her. This documentary was made in 2000, so it's actually very hard to get any still images of it because, you know, it's 20 years old now. Miles Richards in this plays an amazing Thomas Seymour. I mean, he's so smarmy. There's a scene where in the first episode where he comes into Elizabeth's bedroom when she's 14 and it gives you the chills. Shauna, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Shauna Mentiger is an amazing Mary Queen of Scots. She has the right look, she's the right height, everything about her is amazing, and she gives an amazing performance. Though the actors in this actually don't have really any speaking roles, or if they do, they're few and far between. Mainly it focuses on, you know, the historical elements. There's less dramatization in this one, but it is the first in a series, and I think with this they were really finding their feet. The first episode in this series, From the Prison to the Palace, focuses mainly on Elizabeth's early life, the death of her mother, Queen Anne Boleyn, well, should I say the murder of her mother by her father, and what it was like for her growing up during the reign of her brother, Prince Edward, her extensive education, and the scandal with Thomas Seymour, which we all know about. It then goes on to talk about her life during the reign of her sister, Queen Mary, and how she was imprisoned and under the threat of death, you know, beheading, and how that affected her later in life. The first episode also covers the Thomas Wyatt Rebellion and Elizabeth's coronation and how it was high theatre. The second episode, The Virgin Queen, covers Elizabeth's love affair with Robert Dudley and the death of Amy Robsart. It also covers Elizabeth's struggle to cope with Protestantism and rising Catholicism and rebellions and stuff, and the threat of Mary Queen of Scots. This documentary actually covers in detail Mary Queen of Scots fleeing from Scotland and a lot of the Scottish rebellion, so that's interesting as well. The second episode also focuses on Elizabeth executing her cousin, the Duke of Norfolk, and how she really lamented the fact she had to do this and didn't want to do it, and the fact she prevaricated for 5 months before doing it. The third episode, The Heart of a King, is about what everybody knows about the Spanish Armada. The episode talks about in detail how Elizabeth's battle was really kind of won by the smaller ships. It also talks about how the weather played a massive part in the Spanish Armada's defeat. It also talks about how Elizabeth had an abhorrence of war because as a woman she could not lead her own troops. Poor thing. The third episode also covers Elizabeth's courting of the Duke of Anjou and how she came to deeply love the man she would call her little frog, and the fact that she wasn't allowed to marry him because he was Catholic and the council disagreed with her decision. It really is heartbreaking that this woman, who had put off marriage for so long, when she finally wanted to marry someone, they said no. It's painful to think about. The third episode also talks about Francis Drake. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of a pirate? The fourth episode in this series, Gloriana, covers the death of Elizabeth's oldest councillors, the death of William Cecil, the death of Robert Dudley, and how she tried to replace them with youthful attendants. She replaced fathers with son, so you had Robert Cecil, who was smart but didn't really distinguish, did distinguish too much, unlike his father, the difference between the Queen and the country, and how he really kind of manipulated things to get James I to reign over England peacefully after Elizabeth's death. You've also got the whole Essex Rebellion to talk about. And, well, that's a scandal in itself. What more needs to be said? This documentary is very good, but I think they were really finding their feet here. The other two, which are right here, Henry VIII, The Six Wives, which came out the following year, and Henry VIII, The Mind of a Tyrant, which came out 9 years later, are both far better. They have better quality. I mean, I was watching this on my normal TV, and I hate to be this person, but you can tell it wasn't shot in HD. This documentary also has some rather odd interviews with the descendants of people like Edward Seymour, which aren't historians, and they're just giving their opinion. There's an interview with William Cecil's great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, I believe, and an interview with Edward Seymour's great-great-great-grandson, and they just are a little out of place. I don't think they needed to include these, but they did. And, you know, it's a good start. I believe the second two that followed, especially The Six Wives of Henry VIII, that's my personal favourite out of the three, is better, but give it a watch. You can watch it for free on YouTube, and it actually has some really good information. David Starkey, as always, has some odd opinions, which he puts out there for everyone to see. And remember to like, comment and subscribe to this channel. I'm thinking of making a review of David Starkey's documentary, Edward and Mary. I believe it's on YouTube as well. You can't get it on DVD. It was made, I think, in 2004, 2005. And I think I'm going to watch that and make a review, but you cannot get it on DVD, unfortunately, because I would like to have the full David Starkey Tudor collection. I have also watched all of David Starkey's monarchy documentaries, which used to be on Channel 4. I believe they're still shown on Dave? It used to be the History Channel, but I'm sure I've seen them on Dave. But go and check them out. If you liked this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We put out new videos every week, normally on history subjects, or the Tudors, or wildcards. See you next time for more Jessie Bear Book Club vlogs.